What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And what we've got going on today is 300 elite super soldier Spartans versus 5 million Persians who are coming forward. So the Spartans have two different ranks. The first rank is going to be the melee units. These guys have increased attack speed, increased health, increased range, and increased damage compared to regular Spartans. The guys behind them are the missile Spartans. These guys are spear-yucking boys who can throw their spears incredible distances, as you can see, and land some shots against these Persian attackers right now. As for the Persians, they of course have 5 million soldiers. 4 million of which are standard Persian infantrymen, and then another million is going to be archers. I don't see any yet. They might be further back here, maybe even further back. I don't know where the archers start. Oh yeah, there are archers back here. Okay, so they have standard archers, and then they also have 100 catapults. Those are going to be back here. All of these are going to be fighting these elite 300 Spartans, and it looks like the first of the Persians are interacting with the Spartans right off the rip here, with the Spartans getting nice and bloody in the first bit here, boys. Now, this is going to be, of course, a very, very tough battle for the Spartans, but they have some of the most elite melee soldiers we have ever seen in the game before, so their potential for victory here is, of course, going to be incredibly high. Now, I did turn off the red wine modification. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you guys have seen my videos before, you'll know that it's basically just blood, but YouTube likes to demonetize me if I say that too much. So basically, we turned off the pooling of that for this battle, so there won't be any crazy rivers or anything like that happening. It's just going to be pure melee fun here, and I think that works for these types of defensive battles, as we don't want to have, you know, crazy amounts of deaths from, you know, outside factors other than the actual defenders themselves. It just makes it a bit more fun that way. Although we do have a number of Spartans underwater over here. They did not mean to have them spawn like that. I'm gonna actually walk these guys out of the water because I think they do lose health, and that's not good from being in the water like that. So we're gonna take them out of there. We're gonna take them out of the water. Come on, boys. Stop being in the water. There we go. Okay, excellent. So now these guys are just going off fighting on their own. That's fine. And then the archer guys that were in the water are back there now. Do whatever you want, fellas. Do whatever you want, just as long as you're not drowning. That's all I care about, by the way. I'm just gonna real quick just put that arrow back there so we don't have to see it and we don't have to have it cluttering. I think these guys are basically on guard mode now, actually, so they might actually push forward quite a bit. So the Spartans are sending forward a small force of about 20 Spartans to scout ahead. That's the official Spartan news coming at you with live reports from the battlefield. So we'll see how these guys do. Usually when you send out attacking forces in these strict defensive battles, it tends to not go very well, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then there's a few free-roaming archer Spartans now on the battlefield as well, which is kind of funny. The main line is getting a brief break here as these forward-moving Spartans are stealing the show with their big assault forward, which is kind of funny. So I guess, you know, the backline Spartans do get a brief reprieve in the battle. They get to catch their breath. You know, some of those archer Spartans get to, you know, score a few more kills, things like that. But we'll just have to see what ends up happening here. Why don't we go ahead and run a quick time lapse here of these Spartans that are pushing forward, and then if they die, we'll also be able to just see the Persians, you know, responding back in kind. Actually, let's go back here for it so we can see them die and then the Persians come rushing forward. I think that'll be pretty cool. Let's run it. Boys, the game crashed. Isn't that fun? But looking back at the footage, it looked like the Spartans were actually losing a good bit there. I mean, they lost like almost 70 troopers in like the 20 minutes I let that run. So I'm thinking we're gonna need to revamp them anyway. So let's go into character customization here. And then we're gonna go to browse custom. Here's all the custom boys I've got. Here's the Super Duper Spartan. I think we gotta give them more health. Mainly because just the health ratio is not quite right considering they're fighting so many Persians. We're also going to give them a touch more attack range, I think. That way they can swing earlier on. So we're going to do that for the Super Duper Spartans. And then for the Archer Spartans, we're going to give them a little bit more health too, not as much. But then we're also going to go ahead and give them a little bit more attack speed so they can send out more arrows at a time. So we'll save those customs. Let's try this again. And this time, we're also going to scooch these boys back a little bit so they're not going to spawn in the water this time. We looking a lot better this time. Very nice. Another thing I did notice in the previous time lapse was by the end, a lot of Persians were actually coming around the flanks there. So that could be a problem. Of course, we did buff the Spartan units, so hopefully they can hold out as well as they possibly can. I didn't realize that the Persians would be smart enough to go all the way up here and around and to the back. That was kind of surprising to me. But hopefully now the Spartans have the tools to deal with it, baby. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, they're starting to spam their arrow fire out there real schwick, real early into the game, and they're already getting kills, over 400 kills right off the rip there. That is beautiful. That is definitely what we like to see from those early on Spartans. And since we restarted, we do get to see actually this time around the Persians colliding with the Spartan lines. And this time around, we also won't be having those Spartans sort of attacking. I think also another big problem was that was happening, and that weakened the Spartans' lines in the back. They had less soldiers available, and on top of that, of course, those Spartans became very vulnerable because they could be easily encircled. So that was definitely another problem. But here we go. Persians about to reach the Spartan lines. They're getting cut down just a little bit before they can. But there we go. The first few do start to connect, and more hordes of these guys should be coming in now. We've got 1,700 dead Persians already. More to come as the Spartans start to cut into these guys, doing some devastating damage right off the rip here, which is what we like to see for the Spartans. Not so much for the Persians, obviously, but it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. Already up to 3,400 kills for these Spartans. Looking great, looking good. Love to see it. And of course, they've got that revamped health, so hopefully they can hold a lot longer with that as well. This, I think, is going to go a lot better this time, and I think this time they definitely do have a fair shake at actually winning. Last time around, just judging by the time lapse, they clearly didn't. This time, I think we've got it, or at the very least, they'll be contenders this time. They'll be way better contenders. So why don't we go ahead and do a time lapse here of the Spartan defense against 5 million Persians. So definitely some bizarre things are happening. A lot of these Spartans are actually moving forward. And the reason I think that's happening is because every attack, I think, moves them just a little bit. And it's led to them going off on their own a little bit. And I think that's actually detrimental to their defense because now we have soldiers soloing entire armies practically. Oh, you know what it is? No, I think it's the catapults. I think when the catapults are hitting them, yeah, it rolls the Spartans, and then the Spartans are in a new position. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so that is why the Spartans are moving, and again, I still think it's detrimental to their fight, because it means that the Spartans now have to take on an entire army all alone like this versus collectively in a line, as is happening before. They have taken 39 losses. They've killed 320,000 Persians, which is pretty crazy. Hopefully their missile units can come back and actually take out some of those catapults. That will be very, very helpful for them. But for now, I mean, it's just more battling that's going to be going on. Whoa, one of them landed way in here. Bro's underwater. Look at all the Persian archers trying to hit him too. I don't think arrows can go through the water in this. Yeah, they can't. Oh my god. Well, I think we're going to let this ride for a little bit. I'm going to go do some errands. We'll let this ride for like an hour or two. And we'll come back and see what's going on. I don't think it'll end in that hour or two. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I highly doubt it because it's already been going for about an hour. And this is where we're at. So I'll be back in just a second for you guys. But it'll be like an hour or two of in-game time. Alright, it has been like an hour now, I think, and things are continuing to get fairly spicy here. We do have 60 dead Spartans now, and 1.6 million dead Persians dead at the hand of the Spartans. I'm also not really seeing any more catapult fire. Oh, there is one little catapult right over here. But other than that, not a lot of catapult fire. Either there's more catapults like way back there waiting to come in, or that is the last of the catapults, which is definitely a very good thing for the Spartans nonetheless. If there are less catapults on the battlefield, that means the Spartans are going to be able to do bigger and better things. So I think the catapults must have been killed by some of these spear-yucking Spartans here. I don't see how else they would have been killed unless like one of the Spartans got tossed all the way to a catapult area, started chopping them up, though I'm not sure how realistic that is, that would actually happen. Either way, we've still got 3 million Persians left, 163 Spartans, a lot of video to go, so why don't we go ahead and let it ride for a while longer here. Alright guys, well, I walked away for about 2 hours, and it looks like the Spartans did end up getting defeated here. The Persians won. With 1.756 million kills. Oh, no, sorry, deaths. So the Spartans really didn't actually end up lasting all that much longer since when we left. Maybe they were all just sort of like at low health by that point, and they ended up going down. I mean, they were a powerhouse. Getting 1.75 million kills that's a lot. I mean, they did very, very exceptionally well. But clearly it was not enough, even with their range units and things like that. Maybe in the future, if we do this type of battle again, we could try and find an area where they can't get flanked from. But that's really hard to do, actually, because most of these maps do have a lot of flanking routes. That's just how they were built. So it's tough. It is tough. But we could try it again for sure if you guys are interested. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.